Hey there, guys. Ed Wilson for President, Paradise Earth Initiative System. Just wanted to do a little shout out to you secret society guys, okay? Don't go blaming the normal people for being programmed, misled. Remember, you did the programming, you did the misleading, you did the arranging. You're the ones that messed everything up, okay? Now, we're awake to the fact that you guys are a bunch of evil pieces of crap, and now we're rubbing it in your face. And it's really sad because we're also having it rubbed in our face because, well, we fell for it. We trusted. We had faith. That's right, guys. We had faith. Don't be angry at yourself for having faith. This was such a diabolical, evil plan that they concocted. Their calculated chaos, okay? There's no way you could have ever known. It even says so in the Bible, guys, that they rigged up. If it wasn't for God shortening the length of days, the very elect themselves would be fooled. Okay? So how can a common man who had faith and believed in these people who are putting on this show, how can you be to blame? You're very innocent and yet guilty at the same time. But you're not nearly as guilty as them. Okay, guys? At the end of the day, they are the root of all evil. And let's keep in mind, let's get into that just a little bit. When I say the root of all evil, I hear people saying, well, back in the day, this such and such ruled, and you guys came out of the Caucasus Mountains and all these other things, okay? Let me be very, very clear. You, ancient ones, that enslaved the ones that are in power today, and actually they're still minionized to you, you're still the root of evil, okay? And I hear you guys coming out here with your Hebrew agendas, this indigenous agenda, blah, 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 blah. Guys, let's all be humbled here, okay? We were all slaves. That's why most of you are so white. Okay, you were in caves today. Like to rub that in your face, but in the real truth is, you were in mines, mining for so long that evolution took place and you adapted to the dark. Okay, that's what happened, guys. Generation after generation, it took millennium. So, I hear people talk about, oh, there was slavery for 400 years in America. Yeah, well, you know what? Why don't you try millennia? Why don't you try multiple generations? Let me give you some time frames, guys. Those pyramids that are all over the place that everybody keeps saying are so great. Let me tell you something, guys. We built that. We built that. We were the slaves that built that. We're the ones that mined all the riches that all of those famous Egyptian places and Kemet and all of those before the Sumer, all of that. We mined all that. We did that. And everything that you know was built upon the backs of slavery. Okay? And so, when the slaves got free, the only systems they knew were the slave systems they were already under. Therefore, when you look at these Moor rights, these Moorish rights, the Freemason, Scottish, Moorish rights, the York rights, all of these other rights, all of this crap, it's going right back to the same roots of evil. All they do is change the face of it. Whenever somebody wakes up, they do another reset to take those people down with another culture that's already, that doesn't know what's going on. Okay? That's what's been happening. And they're continuing their plunder upon the peoples. All right? So when you look around, guys, and you hear about all these wars and rumors of wars, it's all being arranged. So that means all you veterans, and I know a lot of you guys were telling me to go F myself, okay? Let me tell you something. You go F yourself, because that's all you've done. And you've been doing that to the American people for a long time, because you're just a minion, okay? And you can go out there and say, well, I was a sergeant first out there. You were a minion, okay? That's what you were. You were used against your own people. You were too dumb to see past the nose on your own face. Okay? Well, I went and I fought Nima Jima Daggone myself a double web over there. You know what? Hey, whatever, guy. Whatever. You were a minion. You were a terrorist. They set you up with fake narratives to get you all up in arms. Oh, we got to go defend our country, and we got to defend freedom. We got to bring them people freedom. Operation Freedom, Operation Iraqi Freedom, Operation Enduring Freedom, Operation Crock of Crap Freedom. Okay, guys, that's what it was. A crock of crap. You didn't give freedom to shit. Okay? Yeah. Okay, you want to think about that a little bit? McNamara 100,000, that's what you were. Doesn't matter which war you were in. It does not matter. Every single one of those wars was arranged. Pearl Harbor was arranged. Vietnam was arranged. Hitler was arranged, okay? They got Hitler out of that. I was going to say the Civil War was arranged. Every single thing that you know as a people is a Masonic, Freemason lie. You want to know who the evil ones are? It's the guys walking around with aprons. Yeah, those are just perverts. Okay? There's your perverts. Okay? They're not your founding fathers. They were a bunch of ancient and accepted Freemasons. A bunch of minions that served other kings. Okay? Boule boule. Hey, boule boule. Okay? Let me throw that out at you, okay? Prince Hall Masons. Basis of the Black Lives Matter. Once again, just another on the white and black checkerboard there. But see, they ought to make that multicolored checkerboard now. They really should. It kind of goes along with the rainbow flag. That's part of their flag too. Okay, guys? Because remember, they created all those people too. And those people don't know that they were created. They don't know about atrazine. They don't know about the estrogen being put in their food. They don't know about the glyphosates. They don't know about the multitude of other things that are in our fields, in our foods, are being sprayed upon us. They don't know about the mosquitoes and how the mosquitoes are going to have certain things that when they bite you are going to inject you with. They don't know about all the contaminants that you're breathing and why the sun's being covered up, things like that. I hear people saying, if you ain't got no melanin, you ain't got... Shut up. I was going to say it was your idiotic people that took the melanin out of people's skin. Okay? So you guys are morons, just like the other morons. Hey, and I'm a moron too. I'm not trying to put myself on no pedestal here. I'm just saying that some of us woke up. We're awake. And now that we're awake, well, we're not going back to sleep. We're going to go ahead and we're going to expose you to the end. We're going to cast you demons out. Now, once again, keep in mind, guys, it's not going to be that easy because most of this country and most of this world is minionized, which means 70 to 90% of our actual public are terrorists. Yes, they are. They don't even know they're terrorists. They think, well, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm a law-abiding this. No, you're a damn minion is what you are. And it's good. You need to know you're a damn minion. Because that's what you are. You're a minion. You're not good people. You're minions. Okay? So just cut the crap. You know what I mean? You know I'm right. You know I'm right. And all you people out there, I got family members that, they used to argue with you. Now that, they'll act like, it's just useless. It's useless. Yes, it is useless. Because you're not gonna go flipping the script on the truth, okay? That's what's been happening for, since the beginning of written history, okay, which is a lie that was agreed upon, okay? And so when the people are telling you that Jesus was black or this, you know what? Well, he probably wasn't white, guys, okay? Honestly, he probably wasn't. And, that's totally fine. I really don't care because he was all about truth. You know what? Truth doesn't really have a color. It doesn't have a color. And that's what this video is going to be titled, Truth Doesn't Have a Color, okay? But it exposes the colors. Truth doesn't have a color, but it exposes the colors. Okay? Just like your revelations in your Bible is actually a terrorist manifesto. Yeah, that's right, guys. God is teaching the ones that are awakening. He is teaching the only begottens. He is teaching the chosen. Because you guys with your little skulls and compasses that you're paying for your titles of fake mastery, why don't you go ahead and step on up in here? Why don't you make some comments? Oh, I know your leader's going to tell you, don't engage with these people. They're crazy and crazy people don't know they're crazy. Well, let me tell you something. You're the crazy one. And I will be happy, more than happy, to wipe the floor with you. Okay? I have no problem with that. I will mentally flog you. And if you want to do that, let's do that. I was gonna say, because honestly, that's how the truth comes out. You guys will step up all brazen. Next thing you know, I mean, I've had forums of you guys on social media pop up trying to convince me this, that, and the other thing. And I've even went upstate and I've seen some things. Okay, guys. I was gonna say, locally around here, if you realize, almost every town has one of these terrorist organization lodges in it. I mean, keep in mind, guys, these terrorists are embedded. They are like leeches. They are parasites. So when you talk about the real archons, that's what you're talking about. You're talking about a bunch of parasites. They get in your body, they control you, kind of like that rat parasite that makes the rat attack the cat. You know what I mean? The rat, you know, everybody's thinking, man, that's the toughest rat. That's a bad rat. No, that's an insane rat that basically has been took over by a parasite. And that's what this country, the United States, is. A country that was conquered without a shot fired by a bunch of parasites. The parasites run your police. They run all of your fake courts. They run your entire government. That's why they won't release the Epstein files, because they have them blackmailed and they have them fully in control, guys. And they have the ability to also clone people. That's right, guys. They have the ability to clone people. And they've been doing it for a long time. That's why like 1 to 3% control all of the money in the world, because they've been keeping control, keeping it in the family, guys. They're keeping it in the family. You know, that's why we have these bloodlines. And you guys want to go out there fighting amongst yourselves like a bunch of just idiots. I was going to say, I'm going to go out and have a No Kings protest. No Kings. That was all funded, guys. And look, I got pictures, guys, right here, what happened locally, right here in the town that I'm in, okay? And I looked out there and I thought it was so funny, because you talk about American rejects. It was an entire, and it was all white people, guys. It was all, look, they're just like me. I'm going to say what I want. I was going to say they were all Caucasian guys, most of them, okay? And the other ones might have had, they had pink hair, purple hair, this, that, and there. Honestly, guys, I don't care about any of that stuff. But I'm also not going to go along with your crock of crap either. No kings? Hey, guess what, guys? Then that means no fathers. Guess what your father is? Your father's the king of the household. Your mother's the queen. So no kings, no queens, huh? So that means no family. What's that mean, guys? It means you're a bunch of perverts, is what it means. You've been minionized, and I bet most of you guys were getting paid for that. I don't know what you made, but I'm sure you're in some type of organization where you were getting paid. Just like I got this guy trolling on social media called Robert Mueller, okay? And this Robert Mueller is part of DHHS or some kind of you can get grants through this organization, which is honestly probably a fraud. I have no interest in any grants or any of your funny money. You didn't get. I got nothing during the COVID. I got no stimulus of any kind. You guys are a fraud. Okay, my wife got no stimulus. My son's got no stimulus. My daughter's got no stimulus. Okay, so I mean, who's on these lists? You know, but I know what's one thing. If you owe a tax or something like that, you guys are happily sending letters out. You're happily to send letters out. You guys are a fraud, a conquered fraud. And you're just being told right to your YouTube. You're being told right to your face. That's what's happening, okay? You're being told right to your face that you were conquered without a shot fired. You want to go out there, my son was a hero and he served in the blicka, blicka, blicka. Hey, no, he wasn't. He was a minion. It was a minionized terrorist is what he was. It doesn't matter what you believe. The truth is the truth. The truth does not care about color, yet it exposes all of the colors, okay? Because every one of you different nations are infiltrated, and most of you are already conquered by the Freemason Empire, okay? So, have a good day, guys.